This is Mikel Arteta. And this is José Mourinho. Different generations, different eras, but somehow the same energy, same vision, same blueprint. It's about how to get a result against the odds, how to break a monopoly with football that's beautiful and at the same time dirty, ugly, painful, yet effective. Mourinho modified it, and now, decades later, Mikel Arteta is using his exact idea to break the existing rivalry in English football. Arteta isn't trying to become Pep Guardiola. He's trying to become José Mourinho 2.0, the beautiful villain English football has been missing. When José Mourinho walked into English football for the first time, he didn't just introduce himself, he announced himself.
Please don't call me arrogant, because what I'm saying is true. I'm European champion, so I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.
That one sentence changed everything. It wasn't just confidence, it was a statement of control. He came to England not to learn, not to adapt, but to dominate. And from that moment, everyone at Chelsea, from players to staff, understood the message. Winning wasn't optional.
The club and to the players that he was coming in, that he's coming in with confidence and he's coming in to be a winner.
It was demanded. Now fast forward 15 years later, Mikel Arteta walked into an Arsenal side that had lost its identity. No trophies, no direction, no fear factor. And while Mourinho entered Chelsea as a conqueror, Arteta arrived at Arsenal as a reformer. He didn't talk about titles or tactics in that first press conference. He talked about something deeper.
We have to be dominant, we have to show passion, and we have to show aggression.
Sound familiar? It should, because that's exactly what Mourinho said, in his own way, nearly 2 decades earlier. I cannot say I love this player, but generally I love the players who love to win. Not only the ones that love to win in 90 minutes, but love to win every day, in every training session, and in all of their lives. Different words, same DNA. Both men understood that before tactics, before formations, you build mentality. You make your stadium a weapon. Mourinho transformed Chelsea from a sleeping giant into a ruthless machine, a team that believed they could beat anyone, anywhere. Arteta's doing the same. He's turned the Emirates into a fortress, where energy replaces fear and passion replaces doubt. They both changed the culture before they changed the football. They both demanded loyalty, emotion, and belief. And they both made one thing very clear: you don't play for me, you fight for me. Mourinho got rid of players like Sebastian Veron, Hernan Crespo, and Adrien Mutu because they lacked the mentality, discipline, or professionalism. At Arsenal, Arteta got rid of Aubameyang, Ozil, and Guendouzi, but this was not as important as the next similarity. When José Mourinho arrived at Chelsea, he didn't just build a team, he built a tribe. It was Chelsea against the world. Every referee, every rival, every journalist, all became part of the enemy. He told his players, they hate us because we win, so let's give them more reasons to hate us. Mourinho used this narrative to build loyalty inside the dressing room. When everyone else hated them, they became stronger. That mentality turned ordinary players into soldiers. John Terry, Frank Lampard, Drogba, they didn't just play for Mourinho. They believed in Mourinho. Every insult, every criticism, every red card became fuel. He made them believe that suffering was strength and that emotion was a weapon. Now look at Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Same energy, same emotion, different generation, same mindset. Arteta has created his own version of the siege mentality. It's Arsenal versus the world again. After the VAR blunders versus Newcastle in 2023, he came out saying,
because it's an absolute disgrace that this goal is allowed. It's an absolute disgrace. Again, I feel embarrassed. I've been more than 20 years in this country, and this is nowhere near the level to describe this as the best league in the world. I am sorry.
He then told his players privately that everyone was against them and that they had to fight the noise and write their own story. Arteta was also seen in the dressing room with the now famous bulb analogy, creating unity between the players.
Today I want to see a team that is connected, because a bulb by himself is nothing. And you want to transmit to him light and energy and passion and how you play football. And each of us play the game connected.
Every passionate celebration in front of the fans. It's all part of a bigger picture. Arteta's not just coaching a football team. He's building a cult of belief. Just like Mourinho, he understands the psychology of performance. He knows footballers aren't robots. They're emotional creatures. So he gives them emotion. He gives them a cause, a reason to fight that's bigger than tactics. That's classic Mourinho philosophy, because when you make emotion your system, you don't just play better, you play angrier, hungrier, harder. And when the Emirates erupts after a last-minute goal or a crunching tackle, you can feel it. The same electricity that once ran through Stamford Bridge in 2005. Both men use emotion as fuel. Both men turn criticism into power. Both men know that before you win trophies, you have to win hearts and minds. But this would not work without tactics, because after all the talk, the ball is played on the field. When people talk about José Mourinho, they talk about defense, structure, pragmatism. In 2004, Wenger said that Chelsea refused to take the initiative. They are happy to defend with 10 men behind the ball. This was after Chelsea failed to score more than one goal in Mourinho's first 9 games. But the truth is, Mourinho wasn't defensive, he was situational. They responded by scoring 4 goals in 6 of the next 9 games. He studied the opponent, and then he decided what the game demanded. If it needed chaos, he created chaos. If it needed control, he killed the chaos. It wasn't about style, it was about survival. And now, Mikel Arteta is doing the same thing at Arsenal. People see the short passes, the structure, the influence from Guardiola, but look deeper. When Arsenal play Manchester City or Liverpool, they become something different. They sit deeper, they wait, they suffer, but they created more shots, more chances, more belief. Arteta didn't need to outpass Guardiola. He outthought him. He did what Mourinho did to the best. He made them play his game. This season, when Arsenal played Man City at the Emirates, Arsenal had more possession, more shots on target, but the narrative remained the same. They just sit back. In 2010, Mourinho's Inter went down to 10 men at the Camp Nou and still eliminated the greatest team ever assembled, not by magic, but by discipline, by sacrificing beauty for purpose. Arteta's Arsenal have learned the same lesson. When they can't dominate with the ball, they dominate with intensity. They control space instead of possession. In 9 games, Arsenal have conceded just 3 goals. Sunday's 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace was Arsenal's 6th clean sheet of the campaign and their 5th in a row in all competitions. This puts them on course at this early stage to equal Mourinho's 2004 to 2005 record of 15 goals conceded in a Premier League campaign. Even the attack tells the same story. Both Mourinho and Arteta rely on moments, not endless build-up.
I love possession when it's in the right area with the right purpose. Very direct to goal, and we can attack in 2 passes, don't use 22.
Drogba back then. Now Martinelli and Saka, both designed to strike in seconds, turning defense into destruction. It's not park the bus, it's pick the moment. Mourinho once said, "You don't need possession to be in control of a game." Arteta's Arsenal live by that rule now. It's not pure Guardiola football anymore, it's hybrid football. Control and chaos, possession and pain. Beautiful, but brutal. The kind of football that wins titles and leaves scars. Declan Rice isn't just a midfielder. He's the modern-day Essien, physically dominant, emotionally unshakable, and the heart of every battle. Gabriel and Saliba, the new Terry and Carvalho, a wall of calm and chaos, ready to bleed for the badge. When you watch Arsenal defend, you can see the same cold obsession Mourinho's Chelsea once had. They enjoy the fight. They celebrate tackles like goals. They take pride in suffering, because Arteta has made them believe that suffering is strength. Even in attack, the parallels are there. Drogba was Mourinho's chaos weapon, a forward who thrived on emotion and physicality. Gyökeres has that same fire. He doesn't just play, he hunts. Saka, calm but ruthless, is the Lampard type, the one who always delivers when it matters most. And Odegaard, he's the silent brain. Like Lampard's leadership without words, Mourinho built a team of believers. Arteta is doing it again, but in a new era, with new tools. Every player in Arteta's Arsenal has one thing in common. They reflect him. Obsessive, emotional, demanding, and loyal to the cause. Because both Mourinho and Arteta know, systems win games, but mentality wins wars. José Mourinho once said, "There is a difference between the brave, who want to be there at any cost, and the ones for who a little pain can make a difference." He didn't just coach tactics, he coached emotion. Arteta's emotion is different, but just as powerful. Where Mourinho fuels rage, Arteta fuels belief. He talks about energy, connection, unity. He tells players to play with their hearts and souls. That emotion isn't weakness, it's fuel. He once said, For sure, players who don't have that passion, that emotion, and that commitment, they won't be in this football club. But Arteta doesn't just inspire, he controls emotion. Mikel Arteta has built belief, structure, and mentality, just like Mourinho once did. The only difference is the trophy cabinet, because until he lifts that major title, the Premier League, or the Champions League, the story remains unfinished. He's built the soldiers, he's built the system, now he needs the silver.